Last time we talked about a topic no one wants to talk about, maintenance. And it was a big number. Not as big as some of you might have thought, but it was big. But today we're talking about what everyone wants to talk about. Mods, what these cars are known for, besides the repairs.
One of the biggest battles of my life, and I don't have my scale. Of course, right? Why would I have my scale?
Over the course of my 2.5 years of ownership, I've done quite a bit to this car, and I plan on doing even more. Today we're going to talk about the cost of the mods and if it was worth it. Starting off, let's talk about some basics. Right in the front here, I've done the black grills, as you can see, literally just the Amazon special, like 40 bucks. And then the tow hook mounted license plate, again, Amazon special, like 30 bucks. I'm sitting just above the next mod, which are the wheels. I paid 500 bucks for them on Marketplace. I paid 250 to have them stripped down to bare metal, and then I paid about 50 bucks for the supplies to get them looking polished like this. The tires that are on them are literally just the tires that came with the car when I bought it. They were on the Style 400M rims that I have that I'm currently using as my winter rims. Also, while we're here, the ECS tuning coilovers, one of the best mods I've done, improved the handling and looks of the car. They cost me about $1,500. We've got the Amazon special carbon mirror caps that literally like 30 bucks. Once again, the Amazon special carbon spoiler. This was actually a Christmas gift. I need to get it re-clear coated because it faded pretty bad and it's also lifting pretty bad, but overall not too bad. Also, well, on the topic of the wheels, we've got the spinning BMW center caps. I got those from the dealer for 120 bucks because Buddy gave me a deal, which was nice. All right, we've changed angles here to talk about what's under the hood. In typical BMW fashion, this is of course downpipe tune, as we all are, but there's a reason why. It's cheap, reliable, and it makes good horsepower. The downpipe I went with is a CTS turbo downpipe. I had no issues fitting it, and I have had no issues with it whatsoever, but the reason I went for a CTS turbo downpipe is because they're Canadian and they ship free in Canada. So if you're a Canadian BMW enthusiast, I highly encourage you to get CTS turbo from their website because they ship free and they make a good product. I'm also running the MHD Stage 2 tune. We're going to talk about numbers, both power numbers and cost numbers, in a little bit, but I found the car to be completely reliable on the Stage 2 tune. I haven't had a single issue. It is true that these cars eat coil packs, like ignition coils, just a little faster when you're tuned. I've had to do 3 in this car, but really, they're cheap, they're easy to do. It's not a big deal at all and totally worth it for the power gains. It's also worth it to note that MHD offers a Stage 2 Plus tune, but I'm stock intercooler, stock charge pipe, and stock turbo inlet pipe, so I'm not flashing Stage 2 Plus just yet. I've talked about the downpipe already, but in addition to that, as far as the exhaust, I've also just got a basic resonator delete done. 100 bucks at the local muffler shop, made the car sound a lot better, so I highly recommend doing that. The muffler is just the stock non-M Performance muffler, so no cost there. The last thing of note under the hood is the CTS Turbo cold air intake. This is basically just for the noise and it sounds fantastic. All right, we're back at my desk, which means it's time to talk money. We just talked about 3 parts, the downpipe, the air intake, and the tune. So let's see if it's worth it. The downpipe is about $330, the air intake is about $370, and the tune is about $1,000. I also bought the monitor pack with the tune, which lets me keep an eye on every system that the ECU keeps an eye on. So I'd say it's worth it, but you don't have to buy that. It cost $1,700 Canadian for those 3 parts, and that got me a 70 horsepower gain. Went from 320 stock to 390 on Stage 2. I'd say that's totally worth it. So for those who are mainly worried about the power gains you get in this car, there's an idea of what you can get after spending 1,700 Canadian dollars on power mods. But now let's talk about everything else. I'll give you a total number of what I've spent on this car on mods alone. So let's start. Coilovers were $1,500. The downpipe, $330. The air intake, $370. The wheels were $800 by the time they were all said and done after all this stuff I did to them. The tow hook mount was $30. The black grille was $40. The mirror caps were $40. The spoiler was $160. The tune, $1,000. The resonator delete, $100. That adds up to 4,370 Canadian dollars on mods. Modifying this car has been a ton of fun. Each time I put on a new part, I was extremely happy with how it turned out, whether it be for horsepower gains or better looks. Each mod was worth it in my opinion, and you should totally buy one of these cars if you're planning on modifying it. It's a great car for modification for a ton of reasons, mainly because there's a lot of aftermarket support, a lot of good websites and good companies support these cars, but also the community is really good. So if you have any questions about any parts, any modifications, it won't take you long to find someone in the community who's more than happy to help you. All that being said, I hope you enjoyed watching. I've got a ton of plans for the car coming this winter. I actually just recently bought a new set of wheels that will be going on the car in the spring. I'll give you a hint, they're 2-piece wheels and they're 19-inch. So I'll let you guys think about whatever those wheels might be, but they're pretty unexpected and pretty rare. So I'm excited to have them on the car. I'm doing a couple other things to it as well, not just the wheels. So stay tuned and have a good day.